Hey, how's it going? Darby Rollins here with Gen AI University. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how to implement the $100 million offer workflow from Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book using artificial intelligence. Now, when we're going to be going throughout this workflow example today, you're going to learn how to execute each section of the $100 million offers framework without spending extra hours going back through and rewatching videos, taking your copious notes from the book, and then going and copying and pasting them yourself into AI, because I've done all of that work for you. Now, first thing you're going to need to do is go to genaiuniversity.com and subscribe to our free newsletter to get access to this workflow. It's inside of our interactive PDF version of the Create Content with AI Volume 1 book. Alternatively, you can go to Amazon and get it on Kindle right now. And you just search Create Content with AI Volume 1. And you'll see inside of this demonstration how to copy and paste that workflow into Claude AI to start to execute the contents of your $100 million offer. Now, again, the goal of this workflow is to help with speeding up and accelerating the process for you to brainstorm and craft that $100 million offer. You'll be able to use this workflow alongside of Alex Hormozi's book to help with implementing things to refine your offer, and then take that offer once it's complete and then go move on to the next step, which is the $100 million leads. And so while you're here, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, click like and the notification button so you get notified when we get new videos out, and let me know in the comments if you find this useful and what you'd like to see next from an AI workflow demonstration. Now, all that said, let's go ahead and dive in and show you how to execute the $100 million offers workflow with AI. All right, now once you've got the book, the interactive PDF is what I'm going to be showing here. You're going to want to scroll down to the table of contents of Create Content with AI Volume 1. You'll notice there's quite a bit of different recipes, workflows, and trainings in here. We're going to go to Chapter 22, the $100 million recipe. So in this recipe, simply going to go ahead down here to the content brief and copy these 6 questions over here. And this is essentially what we're going to want to be answering within running this recipe inside of Claude. And so once you answer those questions of the who are you, what is your offer, who are you serving, that sort of thing, I'm going to start here with begin recipe. I'm going to copy this right now. And once we copy each section of this recipe, we'll then move on to the next step, which is going to be pasting that into Claude and then adding in our content brief so that we can run it and start to generate the results. So I'm almost down to the bottom of it. Go down to end recipe, copy that, and we'll jump on into Claude. All right, so now that we've copied and pasted the workflow here into Claude, and we just want to provide it a little bit more context as to what we are creating here. And so I'll give the name of my company. I'll say, so business equals Acme Growth Agency. Let's say the niche is digital marketing, and the avatar we work with is small business owners. And just from there, we can continue to expand on this recipe and grow it. But this context that you're providing it at the very beginning is critical, and understanding that you can run this again and again, depending on how refined your offer is and how much information you want to provide up front, is going to have a big impact on the contents that you are be getting here from this recipe and workflow. So for example, you see the niching down, there are some ideas, and notice inside of this recipe, sometimes it will only run it just once like this and doesn't quite go all the way to top down. If that's the case, like was just there, I'm just going to go ahead and click retry and run it again, because this is a much better start to it. When it starts with the beginning with a niche, you pick the niche. Small business owners needing digital marketing help, prospects in pain, struggling to get new customers, generating leads and sales, purchasing power. And so it's going down the list top to bottom now, which is how we want this workflow to be ran. And so with this in mind, now I'm just analyzing the contents that Claude is helping me produce to then go through and refine this offer. And maybe I'm going to run it 2 or 3, 4 or 5 more times, depending on the type of outputs I'm getting, and modifying my content brief that is giving a lot more context. So we could see a website audit, website optimizations, SEO services. And these are all things that you can then take once you've refined the $100 million offer. You could take that into the $100 million leads workflow. And this is going to provide a lot of that context that will help, again, inform what you're going to be creating from a messaging perspective and otherwise. And so again, we just saw that: name your offer, the guarantee, the bonuses, the urgency, the scarcity, trim and stack, the offer components. And so now is where I'd really want to focus in on massaging the content and making sure that this is, I have create kind of like a separate document from here where you're just going to dial in exactly what you want to include in each section of your offer. And again, it's as easy as copying that or just running the recipe again, so that this workflow helps you with accelerating. And so again, each time you run this recipe, sometimes you might need to do it again and again. And also keep in mind, this is still a very minimal level of content brief. And so you've already got a business, you just want to fill it in with your specific, business offerings, who you are, obviously the name of your business, and who you serve. And just changing the niche and avatar can have quite a big impact on just those two things alone. But if you were to add in some things on pricing, add in some things on tone of voice, and some of these other elements, that you'll end up creating a more refined and robust content brief that'll continue to improve the quality of the workflows outputs. And then again, like we get to the prospects pain points, this is all good for researching and just thinking, okay, well, is this something I am using inside of my marketing language? Am I addressing all the different pain points that my prospects have with wherever they're at? Am I addressing their dream outcomes? Do they more revenue, more customers, peace of mind knowing marketing is handled, right? All these things can go to informing what we're then creating in that $100 million leads workflow. And so, yeah, just keep running this, get a really refined version of your $100 million offer, and then take that into the $100 million leads workflow and execute the recipe. Very quick, but also very effective for getting you the contents and the materials that you need to go and open up those conversations to lead to, more conversions to growing your business. And you can get that $100 million leads workflow when you subscribe to the AI Growth Library at genaiuniversity.com. But also make sure that you've subscribed to our free newsletter to get access to the Create Content with AI book. And that book will give you access to this recipe and dozens of more prompts and workflows and frameworks that you can use to train AI. Simple copy and paste executes the workflows to help you implement the contents of not just this book, but many other workflows to help you with growing your business. Again, I am Darby Rollins with Gen AI University. Go ahead and click subscribe and hit the notification button, like this video if you found it was helpful. And let me know in the comments when you go and run this recipe, how it works for you and what you'd like to see next. Until then, we'll see you on the other side. Keep calm and AI on.